Welcome to our exploration of social learning theory, where people learn together through observation and interaction. This opening slide sets the stage with a network graphic that hints at connected learners, shared models, and the idea that behavior spreads through social ties. Over the next slides, we'll unpack how observation, cognition, and context turn modeled actions into real learning. This slide maps the learning process from watching models to performing behaviors, and shows how reinforcement fits in as a motivator rather than a mechanical trigger. People notice models, extract key information, form symbolic representations, and later enact performances, while vicarious and self-reinforcement help sustain motivation and guide whether learned actions are attempted and refined. Here we focus on attentional processes, explaining how learners first selectively notice certain models based on salience, relevance, and their own emotional and cognitive capacity. Sustained focus then supports extracting stable behavioral patterns through instructional cues, novelty, and motivational states, so that attention becomes the gateway for accurate learning rather than random observation. This slide illustrates the cognitive work that converts observation into usable knowledge, transformation and encoding through visual imagery and verbal labels, organization into existing schemas via elaborative encoding and rehearsal, and retrieval when performance demands require it. The graphic emphasizes memory traces and structured schemas that let learners apply observed behavior in future situations. Enactment is about turning stored cognitive representations into fluent action. Observed skills break down into component subskills, shaped by physical capabilities and corrective adjustments, and refined by self-observation feedback. Repeated practice then coordinates timing and sequencing, producing adaptable performance that works across varying real-world contexts and demands. Motivation in social learning comes from anticipated consequences, whether watching others rewarded, receiving direct external incentives, or relying on internal standards and self-reward. These pathways combine to energize performance and determine whether behavior is initiated, maintained, or inhibited, highlighting how social cues and personal goals together shape action. In classroom contexts, observational learning is driven by modeling from teachers and peers, with think-aloud demonstrations and peer showcases, helping students see both strategy and struggle. This modeling raises self-efficacy, supplies attainable benchmarks, and normalizes effort, which together accelerate adoption of academic routines and pro-social behaviors across the learning community. Instructional media extends observational learning beyond the live classroom by offering standardized demonstrations, strategic narratives, and tools for detailed analysis. Video and animation provide repeatable core examples. Games and stories highlight decision-making and emotions, and slow motion or segmented review supports deep learning through careful observational study. Self-reflective learning taps recording and replay to help learners compare current attempts with prior achievements, clarifying progress and reinforcing productive strategies. By making performance visible, replay and comparison strengthen internal standards, promote accurate self-efficacy beliefs, and turn the learner into both a model and an observer for ongoing improvement. This slide addresses critiques and integration. Social learning can underplay biological drives and overemphasize observable behavior. But integrating social cognitive constructs like agency, goal setting, emotion regulation, and self-efficacy helps bridge gaps. The result is a more holistic framework that better explains learning, motivation, and behavioral change across contexts. In the digital age, social learning scales rapidly as influencers, open courseware, and immersive VR expand the pool of models, while algorithms personalize and filter what learners see. That personalization increases engagement but can create echo chambers, so critical media literacy becomes essential for evaluating modeled behaviors, source credibility, and algorithmic influence. Finally, AI and human convergence reshape learning communities with adaptive avatars, real-time analytics, and ethical scenario rehearsal. These tools offer personalized paths and immediate vicarious feedback. But effective education balances algorithmic precision with human empathy. So observation, imitation, and innovation lead toward responsible, lifelong learning.